So the session that I had was with an Israeli journalist, a very interesting session with an Israeli journalist who reported from Germany for many years. So an Israeli reporting from Germany, given the history of Israel and Germany, Holocaust, what Germany under Hitler did to Jewish people in Europe, given that, and his book, which is a very interesting book that I read last night on Germany at Odds, where he's trying to explore how Germany is negotiating with its past, present, future, contradictions, trying to claim as the soul of democracy in Europe and trying to claim the soul of Europe also. So it is very interesting, which gave us a lot of insights into the ongoing political trends in Europe, elements of anti-Semitism in Europe and elsewhere, and the journey of an Israeli journalist to Europe. So through this panel session, it was for a city like Dehradun, it was very interesting for a number of audience students that had come there, because most of us know very little about this history, which is a very important part of world history. In fact, it was a sort of the darkest period in history, the Holocaust, etc., etc. So it is very informative and analytical, and then we traveled all the way through Germany into Europe to Israel-Arab conflict. So lot of insights, lot of details, lot of analysis, lot of information for an audience in Dehradun, international perspective basically. It was very interesting, very complex issues came up during the conversation. So it was really a pleasure to get into all those issues and to make this Israeli journalist, writer now, having worked in Germany, speak about all these issues. So it is really good. And then we also touched upon India-Israel relations, that how of late there is a growing romance between India and Israel at political level. Israeli youngsters coming to India, diplomatic ties going high, trade is touching all-time high, defense cooperation, all kinds of cooperation. So a lot of commonalities of interest, for example, fighting terror, etc., learning from each other. So it was a wide-ranging discussion where we touched upon a number of issues of importance to international, national, regional, and even to the community of Dehradun. So it was really very good and enjoyable exercise to have this session with Israeli journalist Eldad Beck. WIC has been doing remarkable work in a very rather short period of time. WIC has launched this festival, which is in its second year. I think for a city of Dehradun, where you have the best schools in the country, we have relatively educated crowd, but there were not enough cultural venues for people to come together, interact, share, learn from each other, agree, disagree, discuss, debate, have art and culture, festivals, events, etc., etc. So WIC is playing that crucial role. Now I have come from Delhi, so for me my cultural life in Delhi was totally different, and when you come to a city like Dehradun, you have educated people and you have things happening in isolated areas, and so WIC is basically filling that gap where the cultural life of the citizenry of Dehradun, apart from of course whatever they are doing for community and honing the skills of people here, students, giving them a forum, a platform to discuss, to come to listen. So WIC is really playing a critical role in this, in basically raising the bar of the cultural life of Dehradun. So I congratulate WIC for this, and this DCLF is much better organized this year. They launched it last year. This year is much better. There are more and more authors that are coming, and the debates and books and issues and topics that are generally exclusive to Delhi crowd and that happen in Delhi are happening in a city of Dehradun. Dehradun deserved it, because Dehradun after all is having the best schools, we have some of the best institutions in the country. So WIC is filling that very critical gap. It is providing that critical forum, that critical space for people to come and interact and share a collective life, to create a collective life. WIC is helping people create their cultural collective community life, which was missing before. So I hope it keeps on growing, emerging bigger, and WIC keeps playing this role and takes it to further heights.